Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is I, Golden J, hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
Jdubb.
And this is the United States of Paranormal Podcast.
This is
number 1 in your playbook and number 1 in your heart.
Yeah.
And number 20,318 on Spotify. Listen, seriously, if you don't want to hear the banter, now's the time to push pause, scroll up on the social the notes, and find the timestamp. And, of course, go ahead and jump ahead to the story. But until then, you get us.
Yeah. Just us.
Just us
all
at
of
our
our
best.
glory.
That's right. All of the glory of Tusop. This is episode 213, and I hope you guys are enjoying the haunted trip down 66 episodes that are coming out on Saturdays. Listen, I know they're not like super long, but man, it's just the meat and potatoes of Route 66.
Yeah. It's just a extra.
Yeah.
A snack.
Yeah, that's right. It's like some fucking kettle chips or some shit like that. Just a little snacky snack.
Just to get you through.
Kettle chips.
I don't like kettle chips, but you like kettle chips, and I was looking at you. You love kettle chips.
I do.
And kettle corn.
Popcorn in general.
Yeah.
Oh, popcorn. Woo!
I did make it out to the Wagon Wheel Theater a couple weeks ago. Checked out Grease. Listen, if you guys are local and listen to us, you know us and you listen to us, and you've never been to the Wagon Wheel Theater for one of their plays, go fucking check it out.
Yeah.
Those guys are amazing.
They
do great. They do great work. And they did Grease this time around, although they skipped the whole fucking the whole point of Grease Lightning, the race, the car race.
Oh, well, that probably was hard to do.
I would imagine. But I was like, we could do something.
Did they do the song though?
They did it early, and they did it early on when he first got the car. The car was there. They wheeled up this fucking car onto the fucking stage. I mean, it was a 2-seater. They were sitting in it. I mean, it was quite remarkable. And of course, it come out as a frame, and then as they were singing Grease Lightning, they were putting the car together, and they had panels that went on. It was pretty. They do a great job.
Yeah.
My mom is a season ticket holder for Wagon Wheel, so she goes to all the plays in the season, which is usually only about 5 now. She did re-up for next season, and I already put dibs in on Footloose next year, boy, everybody. So I'm in. We can go watch me some Footloose, and I'll sing along. I got a Footloose. Maybe I'll get up and dance because she has front row seats.
He's got a screw loose.
Yeah, he does.
And on that note, but yeah, if you get a chance and you're in the Warsaw, Indiana area, and you get a chance to go to Wagon Wheel, go do it. They do a great job. We're not sponsored by them. They're not paying me to say this. I'm just telling you, they're pretty fucking amazing. Got a picture from the Straw Man a few days ago where he was in Point Place. Is that the name of that?
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant. The home of the Mothman. Yeah. Got a picture of the statue. That's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy that he's that close to that.
Yeah.
So I haven't worn my Mothman shirt in a while.
I wore mine the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
I need to break that thing out. Start
Wore it
wearing
on
it again.
Sunday.
Nice. Out at the campground?
Yep, because it was Halloween weekend.
Oh, what else did you wear? You said you wore your Banshee shirt.
My
right?
Banshee shirt.
Very cool.
Which you can find at the United States of Paranormal.com.
.com.
We used to have a Mothman shirt. Can't remember if it's still up or not. I'll have to go check that out. United States Paranormal.com. All your merchandise needs from Tucson. I did talk to one of our coworkers today. And I just looked at her and I said, have you listened to my podcast yet? And she just gave me the most dumbfounded look. And she goes, wait, that United States of Paranormal is your podcast? And I was like, yeah, it's my podcast. You haven't listened to it yet, have you? And she's like, no. And I go, you know who else is on that podcast? And I told her it was you. And she's like, well, fuck, now I got to go listen to it. So hopefully we gain some more listeners like that. She's been telling people about it, but she's never listened to it.
That's like giving a review on a product and never using it.
Right? I mean, yeah. Yeah, we'll take any promotion we can get.
Yeah.
Take it. That's Heather across the hall, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So, Heather, if you're listening to this episode, you got a lot of catching up to do. So, head back to the number one and just work your way through. Listen, 213 episodes. Goddamn, people. We're on a roll. Mm-hmm. We're just going. So, yeah, but you're getting Route 66 on the Saturdays, plus the other side on the last Saturday of the month. You can't go wrong. Right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Listen, we are in the middle of working on naming Jdubb's Jeep.
Yeah.
So go over to our Facebook page. Just look up United States Paranormal. Go over there. I think the link is in the show notes. Click on it and go vote for one of these 5 names. Me.
Greta the Gremlin. Radar, as in Ghost Radar. Jeepers Creepers. Celestial Stag. And Scylla. There's your 5.
There's your 5. Go vote. Scylla, the Huntress.
Hey, quit.
I'm swaying votes.
Greta the Gremlin.
Jeepers, Creepers.
There you go. We got them all. Ghost. Are you going to name it Ghost Radar?
Probably Radar for short.
Radar for short. All right. Or Jeepers Creepers, which would be JP.
That's what? That's
Cute. A cute little ghost symbol and then Radar.
There you go.
Right beside it.
Oh.
We'll have to come up with something clever.
Or a
when we
creepy
get the
ghost
name.
or whatever you want.
Do what?
Creepy ghost or a cute ghost. Or
We'll figure it out whenever we get a name.
You know, I noticed that nobody really put in an alien name.
Thank goodness. I would have cut that one out right away.
There was a lot. You said I doubled up on a couple of those I wrote down for you, but I wanted to make sure I got them all, apparently.
Well, there were some that were the same, too, so.
Yeah. Yep. But yes, we're going to put it up on for survey. You guys can go vote. And come October, at the end of Camptober, we will announce the winning name and who submitted that name. And we will send them a game from Perfectly Picked Games.
insert commercial here.
If you're always searching for the next big sale, whether it's a rare board game, a classic toy, or something brand new, Perfectly Picked Games is your destination. Our live auctions on the Whatnot app are packed with exclusive picks, competitive prices, and fast-paced fun. Tune in Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for board games and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for toys. First time joining? Use code GOLDENMOJO for 10% off your first purchase. It's your weekly hunt for savings on the Whatnot app.
There you go. Perfectly picked games. On the Whatnot app for his auctions.
Mm-hmm.
They're quick, and he's entertaining. It's just fun to fucking watch. An hour goes by. He only does about an hour, but it goes by really quick, guys. So you're not bored. I'm just saying. Some of those pull sites, some of those rips for cards and stuff like that, as much as I enjoy them, they get kind of boring. So not Jake at Perfectly Picked Games. It is a fun watch. So go check it out on the Whatnot app. Anything else exciting going on? The Freak Out of the Fowler is coming up. We keep talking about it, and we're excited to be a part of it. Hopefully we'll be able to do a live from down there, as long as our internet holds up.
Yep.
If not, we will have a podcast that we record from down there. So either way, you're going to get a podcast from the Freak Out, and hopefully we'll have an assortment of guests. And maybe we can get Dwight back over there for a few minutes, Brian and Jessica. Maybe Oracle if she's in town that night. I don't know that she's going to be there or not. I haven't seen the vendor list or whatever, but hopefully we can have a few guest spots just while we're hanging out and recording or going live, whichever we can.
Yeah.
Whatever we can do. So
we'll figure it out.
We will. And it's going to be a special night that'll be on, because it'll be a Friday night. So you'll get a special live Two-Sup at the beginning of October.
That's a Friday night.
It is a Friday night, so we're going to have to figure that out.
All right. How long of a drive is that?
It's a drive. It's a drive. It
might be you and Jdubb.
It might be. Oh, you and me travel buddies? It's a work thing.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I think it's a Friday night, right? Yeah, it's a Friday night.
I don't know.
I'm going to have to double check. No, it's a Saturday.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, the 4th is a Saturday. I thought that it wouldn't have been a Friday because they would have had stuff all day.
Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know why I was thinking it was a Friday. Probably because our jail visit was a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, guys. It is a Saturday.
We weren't in jail. Well, technically in real jail. We were at a jail. But we weren't booked into a jail.
Not yet. The day is still young. You never know what might turn up today.
Whatever.
You never make it in a jail.
I wouldn't. I would be. I came close to being convicted once. On a, what was it? Class C misdemeanor. Ooh, wow. That's 60 days in jail, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just saying.
Wearing your contacts.
I wasn't wearing my fucking contacts. That is a Class C misdemeanor. Well, you know what else is a Class C misdemeanor? Drinking and driving. Yeah.
I don't do that.
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
How can you put those two in the same?
Yeah. I didn't have my contacts in. Sorry. Oh, I could be in the drunk tank with everybody? Well, fuck me.
My glasses fell off. Out the window.
I don't know why you would have told them.
It just didn't. I could see just fine. There was a lot going on at that moment. That's just a Golden Jay backstory. I got laughed out of the courtroom. No, seriously, I did.
They were like, "What the fuck, this dude?"
It's quite interesting. Anyway, are we ready to get into today's story?
We are.
Yeah.
Jdubb, take it away.
Okay. So, just gonna say this one has a lot of history, but I like history. So if you don't like it, it's too bad. This place is ginormous.
Huge.
You can't tell you guys
Jinx.
are married. The Oddfellows home in Liberty, Missouri is architecturally significant as a collection of Jacobean revival educational and institutional buildings. The three remaining historic buildings, the administration building, the old folks building, and the old hospital, were all designed by different architects over a period of 23 years. Yet, all are cohesive in their design and embody the distinctive characteristics of the style. After the first structure used as a home was burned in February of 1900 in an attempt to unthaw frozen pipes, the Grand Lodge of Missouri IOOF, which means Independent Order of Oddfellows, advertised for designs of a completely fireproof building to house offices, classrooms, dormitories for the orphans, and rooms for the elderly.
Completely fireproof.
Completely fireproof.
Wow, okay.
The architects selected were Albert Nell and William B. Ittner of St. Louis. If I butchered any of those names, sorry. Get over it. Mm-hmm. The latter is an important figure in Missouri architecture. As commissioner of school buildings in St. Louis from 1897 to 1910 and consulting architect to the Board of Education until 1914. Ittner had an opportunity to achieve prominence with the design of 50 St. Louis school buildings. In addition, Ittner's firm produced hundreds of schools in over 25 states. While most Jacobean designs were for houses, some feel the style had its greatest impact on educational architecture at the turn of the century. Ittner's series of schools in St. Louis were viewed as worthy examples of the style, and comparison with those would place the Oddfellows complex in its statewide architectural context. That's a lot of big words.
Some big words.
The administration building, designed by Ittner, set the precedent for the rest of the Oddfellow complex buildings. Although designed by other later architects, the other buildings reference this unique style. Ittner's impact on Missouri architecture is only now becoming recognized, but still awaits comprehensive scholarly treatment. There were 3 other buildings designed in this style on the site. One, the school building, was torn down in the early 1950s to make way for the newer hospital. The school building was built in 1904 and designed by J.H. Felt and Company of Kansas City, who also designed some later additions at the Oddfellows. The Old Folks Building, at first called the Old Folks Pavilion, was designed by E.C. Eckel and built during 1907 to 1908 in order to accommodate the growing number of applications for admittance. The old hospital was built in 1923 and designed by Samuel M. Hitt of Kansas City. Viewed together, the 3 remaining buildings not only document the evolution of this style over a quarter of a century, but the typical building technology and materials for institutional structures as well. In the social and humanitarian area, the Oddfellows home is significant as an early 20th century example of a statewide home providing care and education for the orphans and elderly members of a fraternal organization. At the time it was built, there was only one other such home in the state, the Masonic Home in St. Louis. One of the main reasons for the existence of the International Order of Oddfellows and other fraternal societies was to provide care of its members, widows, and orphans. The establishment of statewide homes such as the Missouri Oddfellows in Liberty was viewed as a form of health and life insurance. As long as members were in good standing, they could count on the Oddfellows taking care of them or their family if misfortune should arise. This was, therefore, not looked upon as charity. To ensure against charity, residents at the home were expected to work on the 240-acre farm if physically able to. I want a lot of those acres. I want acres. This emerging concept of self-help was just developing in almshouses during the latter half of the 19th century in Missouri. The almshouse tradition was different from the then prevalent boarding out or leasing system of relief in which the poor were sent to live with various families. The almshouse method was to buy or lease land and bring all the poor under one roof. Unfortunately, the structure in which the inmates were housed in Missouri at that time was often very crude. The Oddfellows home was significant in that when it was built, it was a modern facility complete with heating, plumbing, and other conveniences. Fraternal organization homes were different from almshouses in part. Children were kept out of almshouses due in part to the fact that orphanages were well-established institutions by this time. Following along, you look lost.
I'm actually looking at how close that is to Kansas City. I'm just kind of figuring out where we have been. You know, obviously, you know, we have listeners that live in Kansas City, but we go out there quite often. And I'm just kind of looking over, and I mean, we legitimately have not been too far away from this place. And as far, I mean, maybe a few miles, but I mean, coming down some of those main roads, and I'm just kind of looking over. It's like, oh, we've stayed there. I'm just looking at a map, listening. Yeah.
So it looks like there are two parts of the IOOF. One is the International Order of Oddfellows, and the other is the Independent Order of Oddfellows. So I'm guessing they have them internationally and independently.
I mean, from what I can see, there are Oddfellow facilities all over, you know, like in California and other states too, from what I'm briefly looking at.
Yeah. IOOF is a secret society and has its own system of rights and passwords. The first lodge was organized in Missouri in 1835 and incorporated in 1843. The Oddfellows home was established for the care and maintenance of the members of the order who were unable to earn a livelihood by reasons of age or affliction, those who were indigent, and for the wives and orphans of members. In order to be admitted, members must have been in continuous good standing in their lodges for 5 years prior to their submission of acceptance into IOOF. Application was made through the members' lodge. The list of past residents includes some of the early founding members of the Missouri IOOF and Rebecca lodges, as well as many leading citizens of small towns across Missouri. In 1883, the first petition to establish a state Oddfellows home was recorded at a session of the Grand Lodge. In 1894, bids for the sites were requested and 7 cities submitted proposals. Liberty was finally selected as the site of the home on the 4th ballot. As persuasion to locate in Liberty, the city and Liberty Lodge number 49 offered $17,000 as consideration, and the Liberty School Board offered free tuition to Liberty High School for the children reared at the home. Mannheim Goldman, Liberty business owner and twice mayor, is credited with the effort to bring the Oddfellows home to the area. Mr. Goldman, known as the first and only Hebrew who ever spent many years in Liberty, realized that the establishment of a statewide home and school, albeit for a secret Christian society, would be a credit to a community already known for its educational system. The residents apparently agreed, for this was not the first effort Liberty made to secure such an institution, nor was it to be the last. In 1888, the city offered $30,000 in land and money for the Masonic Orphans Home, but failed in its efforts. The Winter Hotel was built in Liberty in 1887, known as the year of the Great Boom in Clay County real estate. One of the largest real estate owners was the Winter Investment Company, purchaser of 18,000 acres of Clay County land. The hotel was first called the Reed Springs Hotel by a syndicate of investors who built the plush hotel on the Reed Sulphur Spring site, hoping that the healing properties of the mineral water would produce as much interest as it did in nearby Excelsior Springs?
Yes, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
An elaborate subdivision. Reed Springs was platted in 1888. Plans called for a hotel, half-mile racetrack, park areas, and an area for homes. Only the hotel was built, along with wooden pagodas? Pagodas? What are pagodas? Wooden pagodas. Over the springs, gravel paths, and a boathouse on the lake. In 1891, W.E. Winter, the well-known investor and promoter, bought the hotel in 12 acres, changing the name to the Winter Hotel.
You want to know?
Yeah.
A pagoda is a tiered tower with multiple eaves, commonly found in East and Southeast Asia.
Oh.
Religious significance. So, like to the Buddhist and
Gotcha.
the Hindu.
Oh, okay. Now I know.
Yeah.
So, somebody's in their car screaming at me.
They always are at me, so it's good.
Okay.
You can also go to the Pagoda Buffet in Indianapolis.
Oh, okay. The hotel was sold to the Oddfellows in 1895 as Mr. Winter's fortune declined, and by 1897, with the depression and sale of an additional 9,000 acres to satisfy bond debts, the winter boom was over. The Oddfellows members supported the cost of running the home by paying an assessment tax. In 1899, this yearly tax was 50 cents per capita. After the frame structure of the original Winter Hotel was destroyed by a fire in 1900, which obviously wasn't fireproof, each member paid an additional assessment of $1 per member to cover the cost of the new building. Donations were always welcome, and lodges later became responsible for their own members and their rooms. All right, I promise we're getting there. It just has some little bit of backstory about each building. You got the backstory of the Oddfellows. So here we go. The Old Folks Home Building. In the Old Folks Home Building, located in the center of the property, the signs on the doors tell which individual lodge was the benefactor of the room and its inhabitant. The home was also supported by the produce of the farm. After purchasing all the surrounding farmland on which it had options, the board decided in 1900 to take control of all 247 acres of farmland at the home and cease renting out portions of the land. It was felt that the home could be self-supporting through farming. By 1905, the farm operation had grown to the point that a local farmer was hired to produce better results. Because the farm was important to the existence of the home, and for reasons stated earlier, many of the children and adults helped with daily chores. Although the farm reports were often incomplete, they give a good example of the size of the farming operation at the home. In 1901, it produced 838 bushels of oats, 2,000 bushels of corn, 500 bushels of Irish potatoes, 3 tons of hay, 7,863 gallons of milk, 1,714 pounds of butter, 325 dozen eggs. Livestock included 3 horses, 52 cattle, 175 poultry, and 15 hogs. It would have been different at my house. It would have been 175 horses, 52 poultry, and a lot of hogs.
A lot of hogs. Potbelly pigs.
Yeah, that would be it. Nearly everything was kept for consumption at the home, but occasionally some sales brought in needed revenue. The profile of the typical resident changed over the history of the home. In the early years, children far outnumbered adults. In 1912, 52 residents were adults and 111 were children.
Wow.
Most of the children were orphans, and the average adult age was in the 50s. By the late 20s, however, the promotion of adults increased dramatically. From 1932 to 1933, there were 236 adults and 96 children, the largest number ever. Some people who were just down on their luck, undoubtedly due to the economics of the period, and would stay until financially able to make it on their own. A greater number of non-orphan children were also admitted during this time, as their families were unable to care for them. The decline in numbers at the home began after the advent of social programs for the poor and elderly in the 1930s. Newly developed local nursing homes were more attractive alternatives to the elderly, enabling them to remain near friends and family. By 1951, there were no longer any children at the home, and most applicants were permanent hospital patients. So you imagine the amount of people in and out of that place.
Mm.
The old hospital building. The first need for home-based hospital care was recognized in 1905. Because the Grand Lodge made it impossible for the home to reject an applicant due to a physical disability, many residents required hospital care beyond that provided by the staff nurse and doctor. Hospital facilities were moved to the old folks building, but by 1910 it was apparent that the separate hospital building would be needed. It wasn't until 1923 that the hospital, now known as the Old Hospital, was constructed on the northern end of the property. For a period, the hospital was the only medical facility in Liberty. It even had its own laboratory.
Ooh.
The hospital soon proved to be outdated, as the halls and doorways were not wide enough to permit easy movement of bed patients and equipment. In 1955, the nursing home was built. The Grand Lodge voted at that time to permit the admittance of paying non-members to the hospital. Lots and lots of people. The old school.
The old school.
The Oddfellows home provided an excellent basic education for the children and orphans of Missouri Oddfellows, and encouraged development in other areas as well. In 1908, the first instrumental music classes were offered, and eventually a boys' band was organized, which made annual tours of the state.
So what you're saying is that was the first boy band?
Yeah. See, this is why I had to keep this stuff in here, because this is interesting.
It is.
Mm-hmm. The education received at the home was often much superior to what the children might have received in their hometowns. High school attendance, not a typical option for children at the turn of the century, was a matter of course at the home. And even college tuition was provided as early as the 1920s. By the early 1940s, the decrease in children resulted in discontinued use of the school building, and classes were moved back to the administration building. By 1951, there were no longer any children at the home. The old school building was eventually demolished and no longer stands on the property.
Really?
Yep.
Tore it down?
Yep.
Huh.
As the chief purpose of the Oddfellows Society was to give aid, assistance, and comfort to members and families. The Grand Lodge of Missouri helped in times of death as well as in sickness and in misfortune. A cemetery plot, headstone, and burial services were all part of the large system of benefits that were available to the Oddfellows. Usually the elderly residents of the home who had no other arrangements were buried there. Current IOOF members also had the option to be buried there at the Liberty Complex. The cemetery is currently located on the northern end of the property. The cemetery contains the remains of nearly 600 people. Just outside the cemetery gates sits a memorial dedicated by the Liberty IOOF Lodge to honor members who were killed in World War II. This giant property altogether today consists of the old orphanage, which is now home to the Belvoir Winery and Inn. The other buildings, the old folks' home, hospital, and nursing home / morgue, are abandoned and in various states of decay. A small room in the winery building houses George, the skeleton of an Oddfellows member who died in the 1880s and donated his body to science. He was later returned to the IOOF to be used in initiation rituals. Gross.
Oh my God, that don't sound right.
The property has been investigated by Ghost Adventures, which we all know these guys are dramatic. So one member reported being grabbed on the arm by a spirit while exploring the old buildings. And another one said he saw shadow figures during one of his many investigations on the grounds. Another show called Kindred Spirits also explored the property and reported making contact with the spirit of a past hospital resident who took his own life, as well as child spirits. One of the most popular and frequently seen spirits is that of an older gentleman. He lingers near to the old hospital and emits dark and brooding energy. The hospital itself has been left just as it was abandoned. Nursing outfits and medical supplies hang about the place. Perhaps the old gentleman still thinks, the hospital's in use and the living are just there to intrude. You're not supposed to have, outsiders in this place.
Right.
The 9-room inn at the Belvoir underwent a 2-year restoration process, transforming it into the luxury stay that stands today. The woodwork is completely original, keeping many of the old energies in the place. Footsteps and distant voices are particularly common at this historic inn, as well as the sounds of children running about. Once used as an orphanage, the space is prone to juvenile hauntings. Ghost hunters who have sung nursery rhymes in the space are often met with excited and chattering young spirits. As long as they're not laughing or crying, it'll be okay.
Jdubb loves the... Yeah, you were talking about the skeleton in the...
Yeah, it's in there.
I saw a picture of it earlier, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And that explains it. That's messed up.
Yeah, and then they use it for rituals.
Yeah, I don't understand what the rituals were for, but maybe I don't want to know.
No. The owner has reported the form of a little boy wearing a red shirt and knickers on several occasions. He stands near the fireplace enjoying the warmth.
Well, he's in knickers. I mean, I'd want to stay warm too.
Another apparition seen in the space is that of a woman in the library area. The owner's daughter has reported a lengthy conversation with another little girl that no one else could see. The piano has been known to play on its own, and down in the basement, the doors open and close when staff appear with full arms.
I mean, somebody's opening a door for him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
There was a couple that stayed in room 7. They said they encountered the sounds of someone in their bathroom all night with an occasional flicker of lights. Other guests speak of the image of a female teacher. Her hair is pulled back tight, and her clothes are not from this time period. And I have seen that Ghost Adventures, and I have seen that Kindred Spirits episode, but I've also seen other episodes of, paranormal investigating there.
Right.
And they get a lot of stuff
Really?
that happens. Is it dramatized? Who knows? I know how that works.
Right.
But, yeah, that place is creepy.
Looking at pictures of it, it looks like it's still a very nice place.
Well, the winery is probably nice, but the other buildings are decaying.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking at some of the older, beat-down buildings, but, the winery. You can't go wrong with the winery, right?
So do they still have that order then, or is it completely shut down? Do you know?
Yes. The Independent Order of Oddfellows is still active today with lodges around the world. That's why it was... While membership has declined in some regions like the U.S. and Canada, the organization remains active globally and continues to uphold its core principles of friendship, love, and truth.
Hey.
So there you have it, people.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I've seen ghost shows, when they go in there, they take the cat balls and toys and stuff, and they always get something happen, like the cat ball goes off. They have a music box in there, and it goes off, or they hear people talking, children fucking laughing, crying.
I'm going to have to get me a sound bite just to play during our show. Just the children laughing.
But I wanted to do this story a long time ago, and I couldn't find anything on it.
Right.
And then I went back and started looking again, and I found a few articles, but there wasn't. It was mostly the paranormal shows that were saying, "Oh, this is what we caught,"
Right.
and I couldn't really find anything from anybody other than a ghost show,
Right.
except for maybe one or two. So. But I thought it was interesting, all the history and how many people went through there and how they had a huge farm and all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's there's a lot of stuff in the history of all that.
Yeah.
The buildings going up and being torn down and replaced and either burnt to the ground. Now you said that it burnt and then they rebuilt it where it was supposed to be fireproof, right?
Supposed to be.
Yeah. And is that building gone then too, the one that was fireproof? Or is that one still standing today? We talked about a lot of different buildings. That's why I asked.
Good Lord, I don't remember.
It's all good. I just was curious. I'm going to go light a firework off in there and see what happens.
Smoke bomb.
That freaks some people out. I really won't do that. Oddfellows. I won't do that. That'd be mean. That'd be bad. But yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. Any questions there, Rocker Chick?
No, I have no questions.
So, this place is actually in between Kansas City and Excelsior Springs, which we've stayed in Excelsior Springs, which is a really nice area up there. But it's a long drive down into the stadium from there. But, it's close to, 45 minutes out, give or take?
Yeah.
But, man... sure cuts that drive down getting there shorter. But yeah, it's really cool to kind of look at all the places you were just talking about compared to all the places we've been to and that kind of cool shit. So
Yeah.
All right, good job.
Ooh.
All right, guys. Well, as always, go check out our Patreon and go check out our website, the UnitedStatesParanormal.com. Hit us up on Facebook. Go make sure you go click on that survey and vote for your favorite name, so Jdubb can get that Jeep named.
Yeah. Get some cool stuff for it.
That's right.
We're waiting.
Are you gonna get the little front thing that makes it look like it's angry?
No, I hate that grill.
Do you hate that grill?
I hate it. Sean likes it, but I hate it.
I kind of like it myself. I think it's kind of cool that it looks angry. Maybe get some teeth over the grill. Arr.
There is a Jeep at the campground that they have LED lights in the headlights, and they change.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know what's on her Christmas list.
Although they have the dragon eyes, too, for those.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. If it hinders, like, how bright my lights are, I can't do it. But, so funny story. On Friday nights, Sean and I switched vehicles so I can take Shasta out to the campground in the truck because I want one of those cages for my Jeep so she's not scratching and licking my windows. Because it's nice. It's nice. His truck's, older, and it's a farm truck, so it can, whatever. So he comes back, and he goes up to the gate and then realizes he's trying to go through the golf cart opening. So he had to back up and go to the gate.
Oh, my God. Whoops. Yeah, I don't think it would fit.
No. He's like, well, I drive this big fucking truck all the time, and then I was driving your Jeep, and it's tiny. I thought I was in the golf cart. I was like,
funny.
You dumbass. You just came from working out. How would you be in the golf cart?
Hey, when your mind's on something and you're used to driving through I get it, Sean. You're fine. I'm going to laugh at you later, but you're fine.
Yeah. You have to give him shit about it.
Next time I see him, hopefully this weekend, as we head on out to the campground. But don't forget, we got Camptober coming.
Yeah.
We're going to be recording episodes while at the campground so you get all of that great ambiance.
Yep.
That's so much fun. So much fun. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for listening this week, as always, and tell your friends. Share our posts from Facebook. That would be awesome. We get more people to check us out. Maybe your buddy that lives out there in North Dakota has never even heard of us, and they see it on your Facebook page and like, well, let's go check this out, and then they love us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Could happen.
Or they hate us. Either or. It's fine. Either or. But let's get more listens.
Yeah.
So if you see it pop up on your Facebook, give it a share. We'd much appreciate it. And for those that do share it, Scotty T every week. Mm-hmm. Thank you so very much. Mason, I know, shares them quite often. Jdubb always shares them to her page. So if you see it on her page, if you're part of her page, then share it away. All right, guys. Until next week, keep it spooky. And I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/2sop.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. Golden 80s, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, The Nostalgia Tug, Real Terror, and the Puck Yeah podcast. But you can still find Golden Image Podcast, A Quart of Books and Booze, and The Call Guys, wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal @gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.